This is what I will refer to for the rest of the lecture as the demonic emotional palette. This is exactly what demons are. They are fallen angels, purged of love. They only experience anger, hatred, jealousy, and fear. That is the demonic emotional palette. That is what diabolical narcissists are. It's human beings who have assumed a diabolical, psycho-spiritual posture and emotional palette. That's what diabolical narcissists are. What this means is these human beings have freely chosen to adopt the psycho-spiritual posture and emotional palette of demons. Satan, knowing that Christ would incarnate as a man, pridefully, or we could say haughtily, refused to adore God because angels are massive intellects, and compared to angels, human beings would be like ants. It would be like if someone said, God is incarnated as an ant, bow down and worship an ant. Well, you know, the fact of the matter is that if God did, hypothetically, he has not, I'm making a hypothetical point here, if God did incarnate as an ant, then God is God. Now, a third of the angels led by Satan or Lucifer means light, we'll move into that more, they said, no, we will not serve. We will not adore a man, even if that man is God incarnate. We will not serve. We will not do it. Pride, haughtiness, we are above that. 1/3 of the angels followed Lucifer and were cast out, never to see God, never to attain the beatific vision. They did not make this choice after seeing God. They were just given this enormous swath of information, given an enormous amount of information, and chose, before ever seeing the beatific vision, to reject God. And now they will never achieve the beatific vision. And that is the root of their rage and their anger, and why they are incapable of love. Lucifer and the demons, their fate sealed, purged of all love, are only capable of anger, hatred, jealousy, and fear, and thus want to drive as many humans into hell as they can, never to see God like them, like the fallen angels. And why? It's an extremely important concept. The reason why is spite, pure spite. Again, for psychologically normal people, you have to sit and think about this for a while, to think about how your entire existence could be driven by nothing more than spite. That's what they are. Interestingly, I was reading not long ago about exorcists and exorcism, obviously, and I came across an anecdote that was conveyed by an exorcist in which a person had been liberated of an actual demonic possession, which are quite rare, but they happen. And the very last thing that the demon did to manifest was he scrawled the word spite into the wall. And then he was gone. But that was the last thing that it did, spite. That is what they are, just spiteful beings. Satan and the demons hate all humans because they exist, because they are capable of love, and they have the potential, they are capable of achieving the beatific vision because of the redemptive and salvific work of Christ on Calvary. Diabolical narcissists are direct analogs to demons. Let me say it again. Diabolical narcissists are direct analogs to demons and should be thought of as mercenaries of hell, looking to crush and even kill the souls of other human beings out of pure spite. Diabolical narcissists, like demons, are consumed with anger because deep down they know how empty and deficient they are. They know they're incapable of love, and they know what a deficiency that is, in exactly the same way that the demons do. The demons know what they are. That's why they're so damn angry. Diabolical narcissists are consumed with hatred of others who do not share their miserable nature, that they deem to be beneath them, or that fail to supply them with diabolical satisfaction. Now, that's an interesting term, diabolical satisfaction. Understand, these people are not capable of satisfaction or pleasure in the way that normal people are. They will never be satisfied, and they can't experience pleasure. Diabolical satisfaction is, if you ever get fuzzy on these concepts, just think about a demon. Just actually think about a demon. When a demon oppresses a person and causes, in whatever way, a person to make terrible choices and commit sins, the demon in that moment experiences a diabolical satisfaction. But it's never satiated. There's never enough. They will go on and on and on like this until forever. It's all eternity. Diabolical narcissists are consumed with envy of people who are capable of love and normal human affection. How sad is that? They see people who are loving, who are manifesting love, and it enrages them. It enrages them. Diabolical narcissists are consumed with fear that the reality of their true selves, which they loathe, and their false selves, which they are desperate to maintain, will be exposed. Diabolical narcissists are incapable of love, genuine happiness, joy, pleasure, gratitude, empathy, compassion, or sadness. As such, they despise or discredit those affectations in other people. So when someone else manifests this, the diabolical narcissist will accuse them of being manipulative, of playing at something, playing at some sort of a gambit, trying to get something out of them, emotionally blackmailing them, etc., etc. Diabolical narcissists will accuse their battered and bloodied victims of being needy, insecure, self-absorbed, manipulative, emotional blackmailers because they refuse to believe or accept that other people have genuine emotions and especially are capable of being hurt. If I speak with the tongues of men, this is 1 Corinthians 13. This is read at most weddings these days. Listen to this, because this is addressing this directly. This is hard for me. If I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, love, I am become a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. And if I should have prophecy and should know all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I should have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have not charity, I am nothing. Nihil sum. That is the word of God. That is the word of God to man, saying, if you cannot love, God saying this, who knit you together in your mother's womb, if you have chosen to purge yourself of love, doesn't matter if you're a polyglot, it doesn't matter if you have an encyclopedic mind, it doesn't matter if you have faith, all faith, so that you could remove mountains. If you cannot love, you are nothing in the eyes of God. That is terrifying. That is terrifying. Diabolical narcissists are consumed with hatred and envy, most especially for normal, loving, happy, grateful, empathetic people. We've already gone over this. They derive diabolical satisfaction from attacking, scandalizing, and even killing other people, either spiritually or in some cases, which are rare but exist. There are people who hunt other human beings, driving them to suicide, tap a notch in their belt if they can get another human being to commit suicide. But really, the spiritual death, it's the same thing, okay? Get another person to die spiritually. Diabolical narcissists identify targets, groom them, and then devalue them, turning on them, making them objects of their cruelty to generate diabolical satisfaction. And again, reiterating, they know exactly what they're doing, and they are not sorry for it. If they make any apology, it is simply for the purpose of bringing the victim back so that the victim can be victimized again, even harder the next time. Scandal, in my opinion, one of the most overlooked sins today. Scandal is, quote, any action or its omission, not necessarily sinful in itself, that is likely to induce another to do something morally wrong. Direct scandal, also called diabolical, has the deliberate intention to induce another to sin. In indirect scandal, a person does something that he or she foresees will at least perhaps lead another to commit sin, but this is rather tolerated than positively desired. The etymology for the word scandal is the Latin scandalum, meaning stumbling block. Trying to entice someone to commit a sin, or committing a sin and just really not caring that it could cause other people to commit a sin, and not necessarily the same sin. What about committing a sin that just causes someone else to lose their faith? What about all these crimes by all of these priests, these scandals that come out? I get emails about this every time there's a new priest scandal. I get sent links to some news story and, oh, this and such priest has been, living a false double life for all these years. And I get inundated with emails from people saying, this is why I will never enter the Catholic Church. This hypocrisy, this scandal. This is why I left the Catholic Church and will never return. There is no salvation outside of the Catholic Church. The stakes here are enormous, but these people do not care. That is a species of scandal. Diabolical narcissists often drive people to despair, to lose their faith if they had faith before, and even descend into diabolical narcissism themselves. It's contagious. If you are victimized by a diabolical narcissist and you do not have the capacity to understand what's going on, it is very common that the victim then descends into diabolical narcissism. Diabolical narcissism is contagious and vampiric. Scandal is the transmission vector. In general, the happiest, most openly loving and affectionate people are who? Think about it. Who is, as a class, who is the most joyful, happy, ebullient, openly loving, affectionate class of human beings? Yeah, it's children. It is children, which is why parents should move heaven and earth to make certain that their children are not exposed to diabolical narcissists. And if you have one in your family, I'm really sorry, but the well-being of your children is more important. Diabolical narcissists are not possessed. They are not possessed by the devil. That is a completely different thing.